In January of 2022, I decided to invest $5 every single day into Ethereum. And now, after 2 years and 3 months, I'm going to share with you my live results and how my portfolio has grown over this period of time. And we're also going to talk about why is Ethereum on such a skyrocket to the moon right now? What's causing this? I'm going to share with you in this video 5 reasons this is happening. Now, if you're new to my channel, I've been talking about the $5 investing challenge since January of 2022, and I did it in one of 2 ways. The very first was the $5 every day into Ethereum, but then I did another $5 every single day into the stock market. Everybody talks about stocks and crypto. Why not invest in both of them? And that's exactly what I did, Ethereum and the S&P 500 index. But the other issue is so many people get so scared about investing, right? Like they're like, oh my gosh, like how do I get started? And do I need like $10,000 to get started? And I thought, wouldn't it be cool if we actually track what happens when you only do a small amount, $5, which means giving up some BS that you buy anyway. Like, that standard cup of Starbucks every single day, or that beer every single day at the bar. Cut something out, cut something that you don't need, put that money instead into investing, and let's see what happens over a long period of time. And I'm talking 1, 5, 10, 15 years from now. We're gonna keep growing this portfolio and we're gonna let it rise over time. And the reason I decided to invest in Ethereum is twofold. Number one is everybody talks about Bitcoin. Why not be a rebel and go with the other, number 2, which is Ethereum. And the second reason why is in 2021, cryptocurrency was talked about everywhere. And then all of a sudden, when the pullback occurred in 2022, and especially in 2023, nobody was really talking about crypto as much. So I figured that's the time to invest. And so I started and I kept it up all 2 years. And to that second point, take a look at this right here. This is called Google Trends, and what it does is it's looking at the interest and the search volume of what people are looking at. And I typed in Ethereum specifically, and look at the trend over time. Now, this is only United States. This isn't even worldwide. Look what happens here in 2021. Very significant interest, May all the way, and really it kind of stays up high as we close out 2021. But look at that spike and look where it is down here. Like down here in 2023, kind of boring. Doesn't seem to be having much going on, right? It's very similar to what it was back here before this big spike. Now look what's happening. It's starting to rise back up. And I think it's rising back up for a couple reasons that I'll discuss in today's video. But because it's rising back up, my portfolio is looking great. See, and that's the problem. A lot of people are going to start jumping back into Ethereum. They're going to start investing because everybody's talking about it. The crypto bros, they're back. The YouTubers are talking about it again. And so everybody's going to jump in. But where were we on that period of time when nobody was talking about it? See, that's when you get excited. That's when you go in. I get excited when people aren't talking about something, as long as I think it's something that's going to last long term. And I didn't see Ethereum going anywhere in the short term. So I figured, you know what? This is perfect. It's 2022, even better in 2023 because nobody was really excited about Ethereum. And I think this graph kind of tells you a little bit of that story. Now I get to enjoy the ride on the way up. And if you did the same thing, I hope you're enjoying this ride as well because it's pretty darn sweet. So let me show you. I started tracking my Ethereum on this sheet all the way back to September of 2022 because unfortunately I did not keep my statements prior to September. So from January to August, I don't have anything in 2022. But what this is showing you is the total quantity that I have and I've built up over the last 2 years, the market value, which means my total portfolio value, and the percentage increase every single month. Now, what's really cool about this is the fact that you can see here in September of 2022, from January to September, I built up 0.67 of Ethereum, not even a full Ethereum yet, but the value was $898. Now, on this column, the value percentage, take a look at this. You have a 37% increase, but then also a negative 5%. Down here, we have a negative 6.56 in August of 2023. And then there's some periods of growth. You got a 46% here, which is awesome, an 8%, a 3%. And that average from September to February of 2024 averages right around 11.8%. So through that period of time, my average growth on Ethereum is 11.8. What I'm most excited about, though, is that I've built up not just to 1 Ethereum, which was my ultimate goal, but I now have 2 Ethereum. If you look here in January 2024, before I show you what happened here as of March 2024, you can see I have a 2.10 Ethereum. That is amazing. And what blew my mind about that is in the past, especially back in 2017, that's when I got interested in crypto. I was sitting there and I'm like, man, it'd be kind of cool to have 2 Ethereum. And back then, I think Ethereum was only going for $400 a token. That's insane. But I'm like, that's a lot of money. I don't know. Love to have one Ethereum, whatever. It'll probably never happen. But here, this $5 a day, that little small amount has built up over time, and now I'm sitting here with 2. And it wasn't something painful. It wasn't something that I had to go out and say, oh man, I'm going to have to drop, like in this case, like $4,800 in order to get 2 Ethereum. No, you don't have to do that. You just stay consistent over time, and it'll build up naturally for you. That's amazing. So here we are in March of 2024, or exactly 2 years and 3 months later since I've been investing consistently. Let's take a look at the live portfolio as of the recording of this video. Now, 1 Ethereum today is $3,473, as you see right there. And of course, it's going to bounce around because Ethereum is always available to trade 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. But if I look here at the 3-month chart, take a look at that. That's what I've been talking about. Ethereum is on a rise. The trend is on a rise. Everything is going up. So we get to enjoy because we were investing when everybody was asleep. All right, let's take a look at it. Now my quantity is sitting at 2.16 Ethereum. Amazing. Better yet, take a look at the value. My total value, which means if I sold everything today, is $7,500. That's amazing. Who would have thought $5 a day for 2 years would get me to $7,500? I would not, because that means that my total return is over 94%. I got a 94% return, as you can see right here, which means I got an additional $3,600. Now, if we take that, and this is going to be a little tricky because as you can see, it keeps moving around in price. But let's just pause it here in a moment of time. So if I do 3,654.07 minus 7,501.09, I put in roughly about $3,847. That's my hard-earned money. That's these little $5 a day going in here every single day. So imagine that. You give me $3,847. In return, I'm going to give you $3,600 or $3,500. I'm going to give you 94% more back to you. That is what we're talking about here, and that's the beauty of this. Knowing for a fact, though, that crypto is extremely volatile. Next month, maybe at the end of the year, I could be coming back and saying, hey, I'm now down by 35%. I'm in the hole. I'm negative. I've lost money on my portfolio. But I'm still in it for the long haul. And see, here's the thing. I'm going to keep investing my $5 every single day. 2 more years, 5 more years, 10 more years. I'm not selling anytime soon. I'm going to keep building this portfolio, building this nest egg. That's what's cool about this. For now, we're enjoying this beautiful high percentage. But if you look back on some of my other videos, in fact, there's a video that I did, I think it was January 2023, so a year ago. And this looked pretty bad. And you can go check out that video. I'll link it down below in the description. And you can see I was talking about it back then too. And it was bad back then too. But this is what we do this for. If you look right here, my average cost is $1,781. What that means is if we scroll up here to the top, remember Ethereum's going for $3,474. But because I was buying when it was so low back during those periods of time, my average cost is only at $1,700. So as long as Ethereum stays above $1,700, or of course that's going to tick up a little bit as I keep investing, but as long as the total price, the going price, is above my average cost, I'm in the profit. I'm in the money. I'm feeling good. And so will you. But what's causing the recent rise of Ethereum? What all of a sudden has broken loose and risen it up? Of course, Bitcoin's up now too, as well as the crypto market in general. But let's talk about the 5 things that are up and making this $5 a day challenge so delightful. Number 1, Ethereum's shift to the proof of stake through the Shanghai upgrade has significantly enhanced the network's efficiency and transaction capabilities. This transaction not only reduces the energy consumption of the network, but it also makes Ethereum a more attractive option for investors and users concerned about environmental sustainability. In other words, Ethereum is going green and everybody's excited about that. And that is also something that's making it such a strong contender. And number 2 to none other than Bitcoin. Number 2, and this one's really exciting. And this one's actually something that can make it a little bit more than just a crypto thing. And that is institutional adoption, as well as even governmental adoption. There's a growing institutional interest in Ethereum, with several governments and large organizations exploring or implementing Ethereum-based applications and services. So this includes efforts to use blockchain for enhancing the efficiency of government services and transitioning significant sectors, such as the oil sector, to operate on the Ethereum blockchain. See, it's not just Ethereum anymore, it's actually being put to use in some cases, very small, but over time this continues to build. It's like a snowball. Number 3 is the layer 2 expansion and overall ecosystem growth. See, this layer 2 and this ecosystem improvement is reducing the transaction fees. Ethereum is a very expensive thing to trade. When you get into actually trading Ethereum using wallets or using Ethereum as a service or a product or etc., or anything monetary, it's very expensive, and people like to use the term gas fees because that's appropriate and it's very expensive. So because they're doing and implementing different protocol and different procedures for the ecosystem of Ethereum, it is reducing those costs and thereby making it a little bit more attractive to the everyday investor and, more importantly, the everyday user. Number 4, the market sentiment and technical indicators. Now, this is where the crypto bros come in and this is where the bullish people come in, but this is still a very adequate ranking here for why Ethereum is up. See, the overall market sentiment toward Ethereum is bullish, while several technical indicators and expert analysis predict continued growth for Ethereum. So this optimism is rooted because of the fundamentals, the ongoing technical advancements, and its pivotal role in the DeFi and NFT sectors. The other 3 things that I just mentioned is also contributing to this bullish signal. Number 5, the future developments and upgrades, because everybody is anticipating excitement around the future network upgrades, such as the implementation of EIP 4844, which aims to further enhance scalability and reduce transaction fees, and that's driving positive sentiment. These developments are expected to attract more users and applications to the platform, thereby increasing the demand for Ethereum. Now, of course, my perfect world would be I want Ethereum to go for $50,000 for one Ethereum. I'll let you do the math how much my portfolio would be. You can see why I think that would be just totally rad. But in the meantime, we'll keep on keeping on. Now, for those of you who follow me for my stock market investment, not all is lost in that too, and I think I should at least give a fair nod and a fair update on what's happening with that investment. So as of the recording of this video, VOO, which tracks the S&P 500 index, is going for $470.80. I now racked up a total of 10.34 shares, and my market value is $4,869, representing a 21.41% increase. That I will take. That is still beautiful. That's positive. And that, if you divide it up, is still averaging right around 7 to 8%. See, anytime I buy into VOO, anytime you buy into the S&P 500, you are ultimately buying pieces of the companies, and everybody in those companies is working harder to make you rich. That's power, and anybody can do this. Check out this video next, and we'll see you on the next video.